Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial part 6 of Advanced Inventory Analysis Report Solution designed by Setu Consulting Services Private Limited. Here in this tutorial part 6 you will get to know that how inventory out of stock report in this solution will help you in achieving optimum profit margin by avoiding out of stock nightmares. Well, this is the list of all reports that can be generated in this solution along with the tutorial part that explains what type of analysis you can do through these reports and how is it beneficial for your business. Here in tutorial 6, let us see what analysis to do through this inventory out of stock analysis report and how is it beneficial for your business. Well, stockout is the worst nightmare, especially for business owners with multiple warehouses and large product catalog. Because by facing out of stock situation for any product, not only do you lose sales and thus loss in business, but you may also face reduced customer satisfaction and lower loyalty levels. And hence, precise decision of which and how many and when to place purchase orders for the products becomes necessary so that you can never face out of stock situation. This requires the analysis over day-to-day sales and demand of the products. But manual tracking of inventory, its sales and demand is impossible because how would you track day-to-day sales of each and every product, especially when you are the business owner for multiple warehouses and large product catalog? Well, inventory out of stock analysis reports in this solution will help you to analyze the number of products that will be out of stock in upcoming future along with what quantities you need to have in stock. It also allows you to track the future sales figure of each and every product, that is which product with what quantity can be sold in the upcoming future, so that you can decide that which products are necessary to restock and which products are in sufficient quantity in your warehouses and no need to place purchase order for those products. It also allows you to measure the coverage days for the available stock and much more. Thus, increase sales and achieve optimum profit margin in your business by placing right number of quantity at right time of right products. So let us now switch to Odoo and see how this out of stock analysis report in the solution is beneficial to avoid out of stock nightmares in my business and increase profit margin. So here I am on dashboard of Odoo and switching to this inventory module to derive this report. Well, to derive this inventory out of stock analysis report, switch to this reporting menu and in that to this inventory out of stock analysis functionality. A wizard opens where you need to fill all the details that are asked. See here in out of stock analysis, you need to enter the number of days for which you want to analyze that whether the sufficient amount of stock is available in your warehouse for each and every product for these days that you enter or not. If not, then for how many days and with what quantity you may face out of stock situation. So here as an example, let me analyze that whether a sufficient stock for the product that I select here, for the warehouses and companies that I select here, whether sufficient stock is available for next 3 months or not. So for next 3 months I will enter 90 over here. Next, as I said that analysis, day-to-day sales analysis is to be done. So for that, to consider past sales data, I need to enter the start date and end date over here, for which I want to consider past sales orders data. So as an example, for start date, let me select this date, that is 1st of Jan 2022 to 30th of September 2022. That is, I want to consider past sales data of this year till date. If no products and categories, warehouses and companies is selected, then this report will be generated for all products of all categories, all warehouses and all companies. To generate this report in form of data, click on this view data button. To derive or this report in form of Excel sheet, click on this Excel report button. To derive this report in form of graph, click on this graph button. At present, let me generate this report for data format. So I'm clicking on this view data. Here appears the list of all the products for each category, warehouse and company. As I had not selected any of category, warehouse or company, let us just recall that what type of analysis you can do through this various data. Well, this cell says that the total sales during these 90 days can be of 157 in number. The average daily sales is calculated based on sales orders during the start date and the end date that I had entered. This in stock days says that the available stock at present in my warehouse is sufficient for 78 days. The forecasted quantity is 45. That means they are saying this reports and this digit says that 45 quantities can be sold in upcoming future. Then this out of stock days. See, as I had entered total 90 days. So this in stock days are 78. So out of 90, for 78 days, I may not face out of stock situation, but for 12 days, I may face out of stock situation based on day to day sales data and the available stock. Then, this is the out of stock ratio, then out of stock quantity. So, this says that for in 78 days, I will not face out of stock situation, but for 12 days I may face out of stock situation, and during these 12 days total 7 number of quantities can be sold for this product, that is lithium battery. So this is the minimum number that I should place for purchase order if I do not want to face out of stock situation for the 90 days that I had entered. The cost price of this product is 39,715. So based on the out of stock quantity and the cost price, the out of stock value comes to be 2,76,420 approximate amount. So this is the amount for which I may face out of stock, and there can be loss in the profit because of this. Then this is the turnover ratio, out of stock in percentage, out of stock quantity in percentage. Here the details about FSN classification, that is fast moving, slow moving, such type of analysis of each and every product is also done. To see what is FSN classification, switch to previous tutorial where it is explained that how this report, that is inventory FSN analysis report in this solution, is beneficial for my business. Here the data of this report is directly considered, which can help you to track very easily that which are the fast moving products, which says that customers are placing again and again the sales order for this product, and in my warehouse the movement of this product is very high. So I should never face out of stock situation for this fast moving products, whereas slow moving products are as it is in my warehouse since long time, or the customers that place the purchase order for these products is very less. So this type of analysis is also directly possible in this report. Isn't it great that for the number of days that you enter and check that whether the sufficient amount of stock is available or not, this report not only says whether the sufficient stock is available or not, but also says that out of the number of days that you entered, these are the days, that is in stock days, for which you will not face out of stock situation based on the current inventory that is available in your warehouse. And these are the out of stock days for which you may face out of stock situation for this much of the quantity and this much of the amount or out of stock value. So this will help you to track very easily that This is the total amount for which, see, if you sum this out of stock value, then you will very easily get to know that because of all these products, you can face this much amount of total loss in your profit. If you group by, you can also group by the products, warehouse, product categories, FSN classification. If I switch to this graph, then from here you can very easily track that for which company and which warehouse, for how many products, whether in fast moving category, how what is the percentage quantity of all the products in this warehouse. Say for example in this warehouse 2, for the fast moving products, the percentage quantity that you may face for out of stock situation is 83.56, whereas in warehouse 3 it is 83.37, and in this Setu India Limited, this main warehouse, it is 68.43. So by tracking all these fast moving products for this different warehouses, you will come to know that in this warehouse 2 and warehouse 3, the out of stock percentage quantity is much high, and thus very fast you should place purchase order for these products and stock that this all these fast moving products as early as possible in this warehouse 2, warehouse 3, so that you may never face out of stock situation in any of the warehouse. So from this graph view, it again becomes very easy that in which warehouse the products whose demand is high, you are facing out of stock situation, for which warehouse it is high. You can also compare between the warehouses, that which warehouse is facing more and more of out of stock situation and which is facing less, on which warehouse for you should focus more on keeping the sufficient stock that is available, and on which warehouse you should focus less. Various such difference and classifications can be done directly through this graph. So isn't it great that this inventory out of stock analysis report, by letting you know the number of days, the number of quantities, and the total cost value that you may face because of out of stock situation, helps you to avoid this great out of stock nightmare and possess smooth supply chain process in your business, and thus increase profit margins. So thank you for listening till now, and for any queries you can contact us through details mentioned in the description below.